Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we have the Members' Choice Watch Review. This is the Addiesdive AD2043, and this is the watch that was voted on by the paid members of this channel. And the hope was that with the Members' Choice that the funds would keep growing and growing, and I would get nicer and nicer watches each time, but I don't have enough members, so the funds keep shrinking and shrinking, and I don't get quite as nice watch each time. Let's start the wrist check. I'm wearing this Wish Do It 9007, which is an homage to an Islander, and Grego's wearing my Foresights PH-1. Grego said that he read a book about when Queen Amidala hired two new hairdressers named Old Hand and Little Fran. It's called Where the Red Perm Flows. All right, let's get this watch open. And it's an Addiesdive, so it comes in these nice plastic containers. I really like these containers. A lot of watches come in these containers, and I'm always happy when they do. And here is the watch. And yes, it looks a lot like a Tudor Black Bay Heritage. This is the 22nd Addiesdive on my channel. When it comes to affordable AliExpress watches in this price range, you can count Addiesdives up there with the best of them. Although this AD2043 price is creeping up the next price tier, costing a whopping $146 when I ordered it. Addiesdive must have got the memo. Now it's going for $130 on the bracelet, which is still far more than what I've ever paid for an Addiesdive before. This is an homage to the Tudor Black Bay Heritage, but it has the 39mm case of a Black Bay 58 instead of the Heritage's 41mm, but not the 58's thinness. Tudor has been updating the Heritage line slowly but surely and adding a Jubilee bracelet option. I can say Jubilee in this instance because I'm talking about the Tudor and not the Addiesdive. This watch only comes in two colorways, but each has a bracelet or strap option. I chose the burgundy bezel with black dial because it does look like an actual Black Bay in production. If you don't like that color, you can have a blue bezel with a white dial. Both watches have a matching double pass canvas strap for slightly less money. Unlike the Tudor, which is a 41, this is a 39mm watch. We have 48mm lug to lug with inverted end links. It's 14mm thick, but that includes this dome box crystal, so it's a little bit thicker than it looks. Has a 20mm lug width, and it tapers down to 18, and weighs 139 grams on the supplied solid steel bracelet with 3 links removed. The bezel is 120 click unidirectional. A real Tudor is 60 click. So this has more clicks. And it's an aluminum insert like the Tudor, only Rolex does ceramic, but Tudor still does aluminum, at least on the Black Bay line it does. Then we have the dial. The dial is black with no sunburst effect. Then we have the minute markers, and then we have the indices. We have a triangle at top. We have batons at the 3, 6, and 9. And we have dots everywhere else. We have the Addiesdive logo up top with the name, and on the bottom it says automatic 200 meters. So yes, you get 200 meters water resistance, which is the same as the real Black Bay. And then we have the hands. We have a fence post minute hand, snowflake hour hand, and snowflake second hand. And everything is loomed, and everything is loomed quite well. You'll see later in the test. And there's no date on this watch, and there's no date on the Tudor also, but this has an NH35 in it, so that means we have a ghost date. It would have been nice if they would have put an NH38 in it, which is basically the dateless version of an NH35, but they did not. And that is kind of understandable. When you buy movements in bulk, you probably get a better deal than having to buy a few NH38s just for the few models you have that don't have dates. Then we have a signed screw-down crown, and my thumb's all messed up, so If it seems more difficult to unwind than it should be, that's because of my thumb, not because of the watch. And it pops nicely, and we have this little red thing to help you show that it's unscrewed. And when you go to screw it back in, it catches right away. No difficulty there. You don't feel like you're going to strip it. Then we have the crystal. The crystal is a box dome sapphire. And I don't know if we have AR coating or not. It does okay. And it doesn't seem like we have any distortion either. So this must be double domed. So that's nice. Crystal's good. Yeah, there's a little bit of blue tint. I think we have AR coating. And then we have the case. The case is basically very similar to the real Black Bay. We have brush sides and tops, and we have a polished chamfered edge. And the lugs do slope down just a little bit, so that helps it wear a little bit flatter. So that's nice. And then we have brush bottoms. Then we have the case back. Case back is a coin edge, and you'll need a 29.5 millimeter tool to remove it. Then it says automatic movement, waterproof. It should say water resist, not waterproof. No watch is really waterproof. They're water resistant. Then it says all stainless steel. Underneath the case back is the NH35 movement. This is a 24 joule 3 hertz movement that hand winds hacks, has a bidirectional rotor, and is pretty much the standard movement for watches in this price range. Although apparently the price has gone way up and you're going to see a lot more 8215s, but this one does not have an 8215. And so let's go ahead and put it on the Timegrapher and see how it's doing. Here it is on the Timegrapher, and as you can see, it's running a little slow. We got minus 11 seconds there, and I have the lift angle set to 53, so the amplitude is very healthy at 299 degrees. But yeah, this is running slow, which is unfortunate with the hacking movement, because after you set the watch, after a couple days when the watch drifts, if you need to set it again, you have to actually hack it and move the hands. Where if it was a fast movement, on the times when it drifts, you can just hack it and wait for time to catch up. But still, it's well within specs, and there's a little bit of beat error, but not doing awful. The bracelet is a 5-link J style, and it has solid end links, but no quick release or anything, or no drilled lugs. The jangle isn't too bad. Sometimes these J-style bracelets are ridiculous, but no, this one's okay. This kind of flex is just normal for this style of bracelet. Then we have push pin adjusters, not screw pins. I've never had an Addiesdive with screw pins, and personally, I'm perfectly happy with push pins. To me, they're just easier, and they don't come out as easy as screw pins. I've had screw pins fall out of me when wearing a watch, never push pins. And especially on a J-style bracelet, because there's not much room for, you have to have really small screw pin heads if you do have screw pins, and who wants that? Then we have the clasp. Addiesdive does 2 types of clasp. This is their newer style, and they put it on their nicer watches, and this is really nice. It's fully milled, and it has 5 holes of micro adjust, so you can get the perfect fit. And so happy with the clasp. I've had a few Addiesdives lately that put the basic press clasp on it, so it's nice that this one has the better one. And really happy with the bracelet. And this is the bracelet Tudor's been offering too on their newer Black Bays. Here's the watch, my 7.5-inch wrist. That looks nice. That wears nice. It's nice and flat on the wrist. I removed 3 links, and then I pushed it in 2 holes of micro adjust. So I could have removed 4 links, but I like to put it kind of in the middle of the micro adjust, so that way if the wrist flexes or swells, you can move it in one or out one without having to put in a link or remove a link. So yeah, it's super comfortable. This J-style bracelet really contours to the wrist. So really happy with the fit. And even though this is a 39 millimeter, it sure looks like a 41. Here we are in the Lume room. When it comes to Lume, you don't do much better than an Addiesdive, and this particular model is no exception. As we spend the time, we see a good blue glow of BGW9. Everything is doing quite well with hardly any fading. If you look at the batons at the 3, 6, and 9, they appear to be fading a little, but that doesn't matter as the all-important major hands and Lume pip are the strongest thing on the watch. This Lume is excellent concerning the price of the watch. What do I like about this watch? It looks and wears nice. It has excellent Lume. And I like the fact that it has this newer clasp with plenty of micro adjust. And I really like this J-style bracelet. I think it's nicely finished and really contours to the wrist. What are my gripes and groans? Where's the black colorway? If you're a fan of the Black Bay Heritage, you really might want to have the black option. And these end links here, I didn't mention this earlier, they're shorter than the lugs, so it can be a little sharp right here. Would have been nice if the end links were as long as the lugs. And that's really all I got to complain about. This watch is really good. Do I recommend this watch? Sure. This is a great looking watch with awesome Lume and looks a lot like the watch it is homaging at a fraction of the price. Well, thank you for watching my review of the Addiesdive AD2043, and I'll be back with another review. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel. And if you like this watch, be sure to use my affiliate link and I'll get a tiny commission, but those tiny commissions do add up. And I'd like to thank my Members Choice members. You are the members who voted on this watch. And now that once everybody sees this video, once it goes out to the general public, I will put this watch up for sale. And then I'll put the next Members Choice watch up for a vote. Right now, there's only 11 of you, so I only make enough revenue from the Members Choice to barely tread water on the Members Choice, so it won't be a nicer watch. If I ever get like 20 or 30 members, then I can start getting nicer watches each time. But at 11, I'm losing money every Members Choice. Bye.